Guys, back in today with more reincarnation, Petals of Reincarnation, this time with episode 3. It was a decent bit of backstory and such we got last week with the girl character. I think we found out that you can like permanently transform into the person whose talent you're kind of using from the past. Met a bunch of new characters, a couple classic serial killers. This dude, of course, as well. Yeah, I had to do quite a bit of Googling last week, didn't I? I imagine that's probably going to be a foretelling of things to come if I do continue the show. I mean, it's been pretty decent so far, but I'm not like loving it or anything. Mukizu. Some kind of magician. King of Returners. And who would the king be? Caesar, maybe? Jesus. I do wonder, will this show, will it delve into religion and potential religious figures that may have potentially existed? I kind of doubt it, but if we do go that direction, then there's a bunch of people you can like. There's a bunch of interesting people you can bring back. However, like I said, I feel like it is going to stay in the realms of atheist history. If you want to call it that, I don't know. But yeah, I don't think we'll be seeing any religious figures or anything. We did have that pinky promise last week, didn't we? Don't you dare not steal my power. I will be strong enough for you to steal it. But yeah, it's interesting as like the concept is. It does feel slightly generic so far, doesn't it? Even with such a out there premise. I'm still wondering why this girl's got TV on her head. Picasso? Huh. No need to Google that one. Clearly not. Well, that is Picasso. I don't totally disagree with him. I feel like you should have free will to do whatever you want with your talent. If you choose to do something bad, you should be prepared for all the consequences. But to make it so people aren't able to do something bad, I think is wrong. As much as you don't want people to do bad things. I mean, this is nowhere near the same, but it does remind me a bit of like the crime coefficient in what's it? I can't remember the name of it now. But yeah, you can't start policing things that haven't like happened yet. And you. Is he Chinese? That guy Chinese then? Of course, the biggest bad guy in this Japanese show would be Chinese. Of course. That is Einstein, right? It's pretty emotional for. I don't really know much about Einstein, to be honest with you. Quite emotional though, isn't she? Well, we have got some of the best minds to ever live right here, so come up with some kind of plan. So I don't know who this. I won't Google him just yet, but I assume this Chinese guy is like some kind of like warlord or something, some kind of like ancient Chinese like leader or something. I guess I can look it up quickly. What is his name? Shang Yu. I definitely like. I say definitely. I slightly recognize that name, but I don't know too much about Chinese history. I can't lie to you guys. Shang Yu. 232 BC. Bloody hell. A long time ago. And he died of offing himself. Interesting. Okay. Chinese warlord, yeah, as we did assume. Founded the short-lived kingdom state of Western Chu. So he is used to creating his own kind of states and fighting for his own. Okay, that makes sense. Duke of Lu. Having a poo. Battle of Julu. Okay, so, and this is him. That is him. Okay. Never heard of him. Never heard of the guy. Chinese warlord though. 0839. I kind of assumed there probably wasn't even much point in me googling him. A fairy tale, that doesn't it? These guys need to reincarnate as Rain Cloud. Would have found this in a couple of hours. So that's Caesar. Okay. I guess I kind of brought him up earlier. I spoke him into existence right here. Jubei. I kind of recognize that name from Kyubey. Yeah, Yagyu Kyubey from Gintama. That is a historic character I do know a little bit about. Well, I don't know much about, but I've seen in Gintama, which has a lot of classic kind of Japanese historical people in. She also has an eye patch. Yagyu Kyubey. Got the Hunchback right there. Hunchback and Notre Dame, is it? This guy. Oh, that's Charles Darwin. Who's this? Oh shit! It's Magnus Carlsen. No. Fisher. I recognize that name. I think he used. Was it the 70s? I know he was like an American. I think there was a movie about him. I think he's like an American top, or was a top American like chess player. And I think he played against like the Russians or something. I think there's like a famous match with him against like the Russians or something like along those lines, where they were like supposedly up to some fishy business. But I don't know too much else about him. I used to play a lot of chess, and I still play a little bit now, but mostly kind of watch now, to be honest, rather than play. But yeah, hear that guy spoken about quite often whenever I do. Fisher, I think he's an American player, but could be wrong with some of the details there. But yeah, Charles, I thought this was the Hunchback of Notre Dame, but I'm not sure if that's a real person. I kind of doubt it. This would look like what he might look like though, if I was to imagine. It would have been quite funny to see like Hikaru or Magnus Carlsen or something in the show. That really would have been quite funny. The Wright brothers, eh? And yet they are women. So this is one again. More Googling coming up, so skip ahead if you do so wish. But I have no idea who these are. Maybe some like daredevils or something. They sound English. The Wright brothers. It sounds like something like you call like some English people. Inventors. Orville Wright and Wilbur Wright. I recognise those names. Aviation pioneers. I kind of half assumed so with the goggles. Credits for building and inventing the world's first flying aeroplane. And I think they're American, actually. Yeah, Ohio State. Oh, brilliant. Wilbur is that is, I don't know why that name screams British to me, but I guess not. Schrodinger's cat. You know what? I guess that, yeah. I guess he did actually exist. To be fair, yeah. Schrodinger's bloody cat. Wow. Quite liberal with some of their stuff, aren't they? What's Schrodinger's cat going to be good at? Being a cat? Oh. Just a cat. Just the time for that. I'm quite. Why is Caesar on like? I kind of half expected Caesar to be on the bad side. I guess it's a matter of perspective, I guess. But yeah, I would have assumed Caesar would be not with these guys. Declaration of war. I will say this show really doesn't straight into it here, aren't we? Straight to attack another big bad's fucking base right here. And I don't. It's not like we're gonna wrap things up. We've still got like 9 episodes left, but what the hell? That's pretty damn cool. I like that. And wing skelly things. He brings up a good point there. You can tell a lot about who people like and such from who they're looking at during like a conversation in groups and stuff. Who they're facing. Who they're looking at. So on and so forth. Well, I imagine they've spent a lot of time together. Just in regards to who this guy is. Yeah, I'll snatch you up, bro. Yeah. I'm gonna snatch you up. Is this guy Bane? The Salvo the Strangler. Bill Hickok. The Red Ripper. I don't know if there's any point in me googling all these people. I mean, their titles kind of explained who they were. But here, like you're saying that you're just a cat, bro. So he is actually like the embodiment of that. I mean, if like surely he would just be a cat, right? Why? Surely it'd be Schrodinger. I don't know. Whatever. Yeah. It seems pretty fucking overpowered. This guy, honestly, doesn't it? There's a possibility of something. This guy can bring that to fruition. which is not like all powerful. If there's never a chance you like winning against an opponent, it's not like you can overcome impossible, like actually impossible odds. But if there's even like a 0.0000001% chance, then yeah. We'll say every episode so far, these guys have gone down so easily. These returners really haven't posed any threat whatsoever in the show so far. Like, I've got absolutely no reason to be fearful of any of these guys. I'll say that's definitely one of the big negatives of this show. There feels like there's like no stakes because they just get swatted so easily, so quickly. I do like this guy's voice actor. He's doing a pretty good job acting like a doofus. Well, randomly went down. Wow, bro. Pesticide. Hmm. That would be a pretty good combo. So yeah, she has got her eyes on him. Okay, it's not a spy per se, is he? But might be just as bad, maybe even worse. Potentially. I mean, he tried to save this guy a minute ago, so paradoxical stuff. Again, I've got absolutely no worries that you're not going to achieve anything because none of you guys have done a single fucking thing this whole show. You would pose absolutely no threat to me. Yeah, exactly. The White Death. I've definitely heard of that. Definitely heard of that. So he's sniping those. Wow, that's pretty ridiculous. He's sniping the bullets out. She's sniping the bullets out of the air. Wow. So chill about it as well. You're already in the afterlife, bro. This is death right here. How unexpected. The fuck are you? That's the Chinese guy. Yeah. Again, I can kind of get behind that, honestly. Just fuck it. Yeah, just be someone else for just about the end of your life. Just go fuck things up. Have as much fun as you want. Be a villain. Have fun being a villain. I kind of respect it, honestly. Ooh. People will die. Fucking finally. Finally, something that tells us that it's not just immune. So I imagine he can like steal other people's or use people's talents as well. It's crazy, doesn't it? 5 Tiger Generals. Shoot him. Shoot him. Okay. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. All knowing and corruption. So, yeah, decent episode, some decent action here and there. Like I said, for the most part, it just kind of just feels like there's not much on the line. Like, it should be this big grand operation, which we're very much moving into it very quickly. I can't imagine it's all going to be like figured out at the end, like we're actually going to succeed or anything. But very early to be getting into this. But it just, yeah, it doesn't really feel like as much stakes when we just so easily and quickly have been destroying these returners. Like, they've been posing no issue whatsoever this whole time. Even to a noob like Goemon. But we actually finally saw something in regards to these guys getting taken down at the end here. Honestly, like not the biggest loss. Not like the scariest person taken down or ever, not like the biggest issue. But it was a pretty nice shot. It was a pretty nice shot from that guy. Again, I got to assume he's got some kind of similar ability if like he can borrow some powers or something as well, maybe similar to Goemon, but he does look quite a bit more insane, doesn't he? His whole like wrath, full man alchemist thing going on here. But yeah, decent episode. I will give it another week or two to be honest with you, because this episode was pretty decent. Apart from again the lack of stakes, which they may have dressed here at the end, which would be good. But yeah, a bunch of new characters involved again. Like I said, I do just wish the fight scenes had a bit more impact to them, but hopefully that's something that will be kind of sorted out in the future. Again, looks wise, they look fine, but it's just, again, on a writing kind of level. But yeah, let me know what you guys thought about this episode in the comment section anyway. Make sure to leave a like on the video if you guys did enjoy this one, and subscribe to the channel if you want to keep up to date. And I'll catch you guys next week with episode 4.